Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a question and answer session given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 22nd, 2019 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Karoti Bhatala Mangulang Hayate Yarem Yati Pataman Mande Sigaram Dinutaranam Parmananamadamam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Hare Om Tatsat. So we're having a question and answer session.
So we are having a question and answer session.
I have some questions here.
I have some questions here.
We'll see how many we can reply.
We'll see how many we could reply.
Should I give short replies or long?
So we should give short replies or long.
So we read the question.
So the question number 1. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Sometimes we find brahmachari devotees behaving in materialistic way or not up to the Vaishnava etiquette standard. How we should see this so that we don't get affected?
So, what did Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita?
So what did Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita?
He said we should see the devotee, even if they're Sadhu or Charo, even if they're very badly behaved, we should see them as rightly situated.
So even if they badly behaves, we should see them as they are rightly situated. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita.
Since they are in devotional service.
Since they are in devotional service.
However, if someone is giving a bad example,
if someone is giving a bad example,
we shouldn't follow him.
We should not follow him.
And since there are seniors,
I think
I would assume that we should not criticize them.
I assume that we should not
I assume they're senior.
I assume they are senior, the devotee you are talking about. So we should not criticize them.
We may ask them a question.
We can ask them a question.
That I was looking to you as a very high example. I was looking at you as an ideal example.
I was looking at you as an ideal example.
I saw you doing this thing.
But I saw you doing this thing.
How should I take it?
How should I take it?
Is it all right to follow your example?
Is it all right to follow your example?
No, if you ask the question, it's not offensive.
If you ask such questions, it's not offensive.
However, you may choose not to ask the question.
However,
you may choose
not to ask a question.
And just write it up as something you would not like to do. Just check it off as something you would not like to do.
Just check it up as something you would not like to do.
Maybe what they're doing is not so bad. You can ask them if you have any doubt.
You can ask them, maybe doing that is not wrong.
Like there was a devotee of Ramanujacharya.
Like there was a devotee of Ramanujacharya.
He would always lay on the bed on the Guru after he made it.
So he would always lay on the bed after the Guru,
After he made it.
after he made it.
So the people thought, oh, this is very offensive.
So the people thought, oh, it's very offensive.
You'll go to hell.
You'll go to hell.
Sitting on the bed of the Guru.
You're sleeping on the bed of the Guru.
But he said, I just want to see that it's proper.
But he said, I just want to see that it's proper.
Even if I go to hell, it's all right.
Even if I go to hell, that's all right.
But the Guru should be comfortable.
But the Guru should be comfortable.
So he would stand like 3 seconds on the bed
So he would spin for 3 seconds on the bed
and just testing it.
and just test it.
So actually, he was a greater devotee.
Actually, he was a greater devotee.
And so you can always ask.
So you can always ask.
Next question. Aha!
Question number 2. Sometimes I feel very guilty about my past deeds, like showing anger to other devotees or not doing the prescribed service properly. And I feel to leave the devotee association as I think that they will be happy without me. So at that time, how can I control my mind and intelligence to stay in the association?
Yes. Control your mind and intelligence.
Yes, controlling the mind and intelligence,
Stay in the association.
taking the association.
The trick of Maya.
It's a trick of Maya.
Devotees will not be happy by your going away.
Devotees would not be happier by your going away.
Thinking that is itself an illusion.
Thinking that itself is an illusion.
Rather, if you think you have offended any devotee,
Rather, if you think that you have offended any devotee,
you can apologize,
you can apologize
beg for his forgiveness
and beg for his forgiveness
for your offense.
for your offense.
But you should always stay in devotional service.
But you should always stay in devotional service.
This is a given.
This is given.
And Maya may give you many tests.
Maya may give you many tests.
So this sounds like a test.
So this sounds like a test.
Oh, I'm so fallen, I should leave.
Oh, I am so fallen, I should leave.
And do what? Sense gratification?
That's you want to do why? For sense gratification?
Rather be humble and try to correct yourself.
Rather be humble and try to correct yourself.
You need association,
You need association,
good association,
good
to
association
advance.
to advance.
In the Upadeshamrita,
In the Upadeshamrita,
it says the favorable things
it says the favorable things
and the unfavorable things.
and the unfavorable things.
The favorable is associating with devotees.
Favorable is associating with devotees.
Unfavorable is associated with non-devotees.
Unfavorable is associating with non-devotees.
So by leaving the devotees, who you associate with?
So by leaving the devotees, who will you associate with?
Maya is waiting.
Maya is waiting.
Come, come.
Come, come.
You're unqualified.
You are unqualified.
No matter how unqualified I am, I want to take the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet.
No matter how unqualified I am, I want to take the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet.
Haribol.
Haribo.
Gauranga.
Next question, Guruman.
Next question.
Hare Krishna. Guru.
Hare Krishna.
While handling management, many times one may be very strong on devotees regarding particular services. So sometimes it may seem like that I am committing Vaishnava aparadh. And the problem is that at the same time, if we do not chastise the devotee, in future he may be casual. So what to do in that situation?
You see, you want to win the war.
So you see, we want to win the war.
We don't want to win some battle and lose the war.
We don't want to win some battle and lose the war.
So I was made a temple president 2 weeks after getting initiation.
So I was made temple president 2 weeks after getting initiated.
All the people in the temple
And all the people in the temple
who were initiated
were
were senior to me.
senior to me.
So if I told them,
So I told them,
so
if I told them,
do this,
do this,
look, who are you?
they would say, who are you?
And they wouldn't say, they look, you know.
They won't say, but they might say, they might look.
I said, Prabhu, how would you like to go shopping today?
But if we say, Prabhu, how do you like to go for shopping today?
And then I want to read.
No, I want to read.
I mean, Prabhu, the deities need someone to shop. They have to have their boga.
So I said, Prabhu, the deities need to have some boga, we need to go and shop.
But I was going to read.
But I was going to read.
Well, you'll time for you to read in the afternoon.
We will give time to you for reading in the afternoon.
How would you like to go shopping?
How do you like to go for shopping?
Help the deities.
To help the deities.
So I would just keep on them. I never chastised them. I never ordered them. I would ask them.
I would never chastise them. I would never order them. I would just ask them.
And then I would not let them go though.
And I would not let them go though.
Unless they give a really good excuse.
Unless they give a really good excuse.
So they thought it was better to go than have me chasing them for.
So they found that it's better to go rather than me chasing them.
So there's different methods you can use.
So these are different methods you can use.
Sometimes if you see a devotee is about to break, then ask the devotee.
So sometimes if you see that some devotee is going to break, so you can ask that devotee.
Then rather than chastising the devotee and
so rather than chastising the devotee
and being happy with him.
And being happy with him. Heavy with him.
You're gonna be happy, I don't know. You have to see how you can talk to Prabhu.
You have to see how you can talk to him.
Prabhu, you're very responsible.
Prabhu, you are very responsible.
I know how you want to serve the deity so much.
I know how you want to serve the deities so much.
And there's ways of talking. When you be heavy, when not.
So there are different ways to talk. When you would be heavy, when you should not.
If the temple is on fire.
If the temple is on fire.
If there's some intense moment.
If there's some intense moment.
Then you may tell people, help, hurry up, hurry up.
Then you may tell people, help, hurry up.
And they're a little heavier.
You may be heavier.
But if it's just an ordinary time.
But if it's just an ordinary time.
You don't want to be in the habit of always being heavy.
You don't want to be in the habit.
No, Dear surrender. Do what I tell you. I'm the boss here. I'm the temple commander. You have to listen to me. It's my way or the highway. They'll take the highway.
Okay, next question.
Next question.
Next question. Hare Krishna Guru.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your shelter. What should we do to realize that we have unknowingly offended any unknown Vaishnava as we experience lack of Nama Shuddhi and willingness of association? Swapnil Tikale, Nasik.
One day, I forget, Rupa or Sanatana, they were reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
One day, Rupa or Sanatan, they were reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
And feeling such ecstasy at reading the Bhagavatam.
And feeling such ecstasy reading Srimad Bhagavatam,
He couldn't help, he laughed at Baba.
he couldn't help it but he laughed at a Baba.
He laughed in Baba.
In Bhava.
You know what Baba is?
Bhava. Bhava.
And one devotee was walking by
And one devotee was walking by
who was physically challenged.
who was physically challenged.
And he thought, oh, Rupa Swami is laughing at me.
And he thought, oh, Rupa Goswami is laughing at me.
I never thought that such a great Vaishnava would do that to me.
I never thought that such a great Vaishnava would do that to me.
I'm hurt.
I'm hurt.
How could he do that? Well, it just says I'm deformed. I just thought.
How could he do that? It's just because I'm deformed.
So then suddenly Rupa Swami lost his ecstasy.
Suddenly, Rupa Goswami lost his ecstasy.
So he asked Sanatana Goswami,
So he asked Sanatan Goswami,
who I offended?
whom I have offended.
And they couldn't figure out.
And they could not figure out.
So then Sanatana Goswami advised,
Then Sanatan Goswami advised,
advertise that you're having a feast
advertise that you are having a feast
and invite all the Vaishnavas.
and invite all the Vaishnavas.
Who doesn't show up,
Who doesn't show up,
he's the one that thinks he's offended.
he is the one who thinks that he is offended.
So he did that. He invited everyone for a grand utsav.
So he did that and he invited everyone for a grand utsav.
But the deformed, physically challenged person didn't show up.
But the deformed, physically challenged person did not show up.
So then he went to him and said, Prabhu,
So then he went to him and said, Prabhu,
you feel offended anyway
did you feel offended anyway
by me?
by me?
And he said,
And he said,
I was walking by that day and you laughed at me.
I was walking by that day and you laughed at me
And I felt very bad.
and I felt very bad.
And then Rupa was like, I didn't know you were walking by.
And Rupa Goswami said that I didn't notice that you were walking by.
I was reading the Bhagavatam and I felt spiritual bliss.
I was just reading the Bhagavatam and I felt spiritual bliss.
I laughed.
So I laughed.
I never laughed at you.
But I never laughed at you.
You're my esteemed Vaishnava.
You are a very esteemed Vaishnava.
So that person, he realized that he had made a false assumption.
That then afterwards he realized that he made a false assumption.
So he bowed down to Rupa Swami
So then he bowed down to Rupa Goswami
and the two settled things, and Rupa Swami was,
and the two settled things, and then Rupa Goswami
he was forgiven for any
he was
false
forgiven by any
supposed offense.
supposed offense.
So that's how Rupa Swami did it.
So that's how Rupa Goswami did it.
I don't know how he'll do it.
I don't know how you do it.
You might go outside the temple and whenever inside, they take off their shoes, touch everybody's shoes, and take the dust.
If I go outside the temple, you can take the dust of the shoes, touch the dust of the shoes, take on your head.
And then you get the right shoe.
You may get the right shoe. Okay, next question. So the next question is organization ladder wise. We are very far from spiritual master. How to feel closeness to spiritual master?
It's not a question of organizational ladder.
It's not a question of organizational ladder.
My spiritual master is in the spiritual world.
My spiritual master is in the spiritual world.
So that's very far.
So that's very far.
Although
organizationally,
maybe I'm close.
Maybe I am close.
But I feel that my spiritual master is by my side at every moment.
But I feel that my spiritual master is by my side every moment.
So it's not a question of organizational ladder.
So it's not a question of organizational ladder.
It's that if you're trying to please the Guru,
it's just that if you are trying to please the Guru,
and you think of that all the time,
and you think of it all the time,
you'll feel very close to the Guru.
You'll feel very close to the Guru. What is your advice for the younger generation or for your young disciples?
Karandi, Karanavati, Devi Dasi, Cuenca, Ecuador. Ecuador is on the equator.
Ecuador is on the equator.
We're on the Tropic of Cancer.
We are on the Tropic of Cancer.
You have to go down south to get to the equator.
We go down south, we go to the equator.
We can be at the same place as Kalindi.
And we can go to the same place as Kalindi.
Karunavati.
Kalindi Karunavati.
So my advice for the younger generation,
my advice for the younger generation,
for my young disciples,
or for my young disciples,
see what you like to do.
See what you like to do.
And do that for Krishna.
And do that for Krishna.
Most things can be done for Krishna.
Most things can be done for Krishna.
Of course, if you like to slaughter animals,
of course, if you like to slaughter animals,
you can't do.
That you cannot do.
But say you like to write or like to speak.
But say if you like to write or you like to speak.
Or you like to teach.
Or you like to teach.
Or you like to do that enthusiastically for Krishna.
What you like to do that enthusiastically for Krishna.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Rather than try to swim upstream.
Rather than try to swim upstream.
One is a farmer, likes to plant.
If one is a farmer. If one is a farmer.
Then do farming for Krishna.
Do farming for Krishna.
If one is, you don't have to do the things that you don't like to do.
You don't have to do the things which you don't like to do.
At the young stage.
At the young stage.
I thought that I should do everything for the Guru, even like
I thought that
I didn't like.
I thought that I should do everything for the Guru, even if I don't like.
But he told me to stay in India,
But he told me to stay in India,
become an Indian citizen.
become Indian citizen.
I said, well, Prabhupada, I like Indians.
But I said, Prabhupada, I like Indians.
I like the Dham.
I like the Dham.
So, he asked me to do something I like to do.
But you have asked me to do something which I like to do.
So you're lucky.
Prabhupada said, you are lucky.
You like to do what the Guru is asking you.
You like to do what the Guru is asking.
Whether you like it or not, you should still do it.
But you like it or not, you should still do it.
So, but for the young devotees, do what you like to do.
So for the young devotees, do what you like to do.
And later, whatever the Guru needs you to do, you're willing to do it.
And later, whatever Guru wants to do, you should do that.
Okay,
Question number
pass them out now.
8. What could be your expectation from Mayapur youth preaching for the future Mayapur project development?
Yes.
Yes.
Preach for the future of the Mayapur project development.
Preach for the future Mayapur project development. Next question.
My expectation is you try your best.
My expectation is that you should try your best.
If you believe in it,
If you believe in it,
then you tell that to the other people,
you tell that to other people,
and they'll be impressed.
and they'll be impressed.
Haribol.
Haribol. Guru Maharaj, when we are out for preaching to the common public, sometimes we get negative feedback. What could be our driving factor for our sadhana and preaching away from Sridham Mayapur?
That's why preaching is so dynamic.
That's why preaching is so dynamic.
Because sometimes we get negative feedback.
Because sometimes we get negative feedback.
I heard that Lord Jesus Christ,
I heard that Lord Jesus Christ,
He said, give me hot water,
give me
hot water,
hot water
or give me cold water.
or give me cold water,
But lukewarm water I spit out.
but lukewarm water I spit out.
If someone gives you a negative feedback,
If someone gives you a negative feedback,
that's an opportunity to preach.
that's an opportunity to preach.
If someone gives you a positive feedback, that's an opportunity to preach.
If someone gives a positive feedback, that's an opportunity to preach.
But if someone doesn't care,
But if someone doesn't care,
don't listen.
don't listen.
They're not interested. They don't care.
You don't care.
They're lukewarm.
The lukewarm.
What's the use?
What's the use?
So negative feedback is a good opportunity.
So negative feedback is a good opportunity.
Someone asks what to do, and sometimes in the United States and universities, they have a free speech lane.
So in the United States, in the university, they have a
Free speech lane.
free speech lane.
I don't know if they have that in India. You can say anything you want there.
You can say anything you want there.
So I went there and I was preaching,
So I went there and I was preaching,
and then some Christian fanatic came up
and then some Christian fanatically came up
and they said something.
and they said something.
So then I was told that you asked them some question
So then I was told that they were asking some questions
that you give the answer for. They don't have the answer.
which you can give the answer, but they don't have any answer.
Like, why are people born blind?
Like why are people born blind?
It's a mystery.
So
It's a mystery.
it's a mystery.
Why are people say some questions, and at the end they don't have any answers.
So questions like this, and in the end they don't have any answers.
So then people drive them away.
So then people drive them away.
And if you say it's all to the karma or rebirths,
And if you say it is because of karma or the previous births,
so we have answers, they don't.
so we have answers and they don't.
So our negative feedback is sometimes an opportunity to preach.
So a negative feedback is sometimes an opportunity to preach. Okay. So 10th question. Sometimes sex desire overpower intelligence, and I feel very weak in spiritual path. I could not chant properly, could not do the services properly. How can we overcome such attack?
Different ways.
There are different ways.
Sometimes, different people have different natures.
Sometimes different people, they have different nature.
And some people may be headed for
And some people may be headed for
Grihastha ashram.
Grihastha ashram.
But sometimes we can use our intelligence in a different way.
But sometimes we can use our intelligence in a different way,
And we can overcome different desires by
and we can overcome different desires by
properly utilizing the intelligence.
properly utilizing the intelligence.
Sometimes it's very practical.
Sometimes it's very practical.
Like someone said that at night time they have bad dreams,
So, like someone said that in night time they have bad dreams,
and they ask for what to do.
and they ask for what to do
Prabhupada,
to Prabhupada.
he said, don't eat so heavy at night.
He said, don't eat heavy at night.
Eat puffed rice or something.
Eat puffed rice or something. Okay.
And then that's why one has a guru. Why one has a
That's why one has a guru
different guides.
or different guides. Okay.
Verse 11. This is the last question. Last question.
The last question. Gurudev,
Disciple.
in ISKCON. In ISKCON, usually spiritual master remains much time unavailable. So guiding counselor is also a progressing devotee, and in that situation, how to remain perfectly connected to the parampara without deviations.
We have previously, like Krishna and Balaram, they stayed in the ashram of Sandipani Muni.
Like previously, we had Krishna Balaram, they stayed in the ashram of Sandipani Muni.
And nowadays, some spiritual masters have a few disciples,
And nowadays, some spiritual masters, they have few disciples,
and some may have many.
and some may have many.
But today we have internet,
But today we have internet,
email,
email,
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp,
many other things.
many other things.
So I intend to have a more e-care
I intend to have more e-care
of my disciples,
for my disciples,
so they can expect a Zoom call anytime.
so they can expect a Zoom call anytime.
Hello,
Hello?
but we need the disciples' phone number and email.
But we need disciples' phone numbers, emails.
They sent out a like tens of thousands of contacts, only like 9,000 or something emails work.
There are more than 10,000, 20,000. There are more than 20,000 contacts, but there are only around 9,000 emails that work.
Lots of contacts.
Positive contacts.
Lots. I don't know how many. So we need to get you up to date.
So we need to get you up to date.
Contacts. That's for my disciples.
That's for my disciples.
Or my Shiksha disciples.
Or my Siksha disciples.
But every guru is different. Some gurus don't give out their email to their disciples.
But some, they don't give their emails to their disciples, some gurus.
But they have representatives.
But they have representatives
who counsel
the disciples.
Say Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada.
Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada.
He had Upadeshaks. He had Updeshaks. Which are advisors. Who each advise a certain number of devotees.
Who advises a certain number of devotees.
And then for those Upadeshaks.
And then for the Upadeshaks.
Who advise them. Maha Upadeshaks.
Were Maha Updeshaks.
And then who advised the Maha Updeshaks.
And then who advised the Maha Updeshak.
The Maha Updeshaks.
Were the Maha Updeshaks.
So that was the system at that time.
So that was the system at that time.
Apparently Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Prabhupada had block carts of letters brought every day.
Apparently Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had bullock carts filled with letters every day.
And they didn't have email,
They didn't have email.
They didn't like snail mail. Everything was by snail mail.
Everything was by snail mail.
And they had many disciples who were writing the answers.
And he would have many disciples for writing the answers.
And sending out.
Every day bullock carts.
Hundreds of kilos of letters. Now we do by SMS.
Now we do by SMS.
Facebook. Twitter. Right now my class is being broadcasted live on Facebook.
Now my class is being live broadcasted on Facebook.
Right?
Yes.
And so every night I try to give a class between 8 to 9.
So every day I try to give a class between 8 to 9.
But today we started late. So that's the last question. Now we'll have introduction for the.
So that was the last question. Now we'll have introduction.
For those who are leaving tomorrow.
For those who are leaving tomorrow.
And otherwise, tomorrow night I'll again give a class.
Otherwise, tomorrow night we'll again give a class.
And we had a Bhakti Vedanta Swami Charity Trust meeting today.
We had a Bhakti Vedanta Swami Charity Trust meeting today.
And so that's why we're a little late.
So that's why we were a little late.
Tomorrow we don't have any meeting scheduled.
Today we don't have any. Tomorrow we don't have any meeting scheduled.
Thank you for your nice questions.
Thank you for your nice questions.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.